every day there's something new. Fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for them. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. And it's Barnes, and at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pistons, Bagley is out there with Bay. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Then it's Ivy. And it's Hayes in at the 1. Bogdanovic finds Hayes. Still very early in the season here, but teams, Greg, beginning to hit their stride and get into a rhythm.
And the same can be said for the younger talent. That rookies are shaking off those debut jitters and starting to show us what they can really do.
Barnes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The key member of that 73-win Golden State Warrior team was Harrison Barnes.
And almost the forgotten part of the famed death lineup, it was Barnes, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Andre Iguodala. Harrison, a big piece of that 2015 championship team as well.
Now, here's Bagley. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. It's deflected. Murray with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovic. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Fox inside the line. That's good on the jump shot.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Herter finds an open teammate.
Here's Bagley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And looking at Marvin Bagley, the third, a skilled forward Brent who has struggled to stay healthy.
Back in 2018, Bagley was selected number 2 in the NBA draft. So if he finds a way to stay healthy and gets into the right situation, maybe some of those doors to his talent start to open up. Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
That one goes. Count it.
And I like the commitment from Bogdanovic. Even when he gets knocked around, he stays focused on the rim.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Ivy kicks to Bagley. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Takes contact, and a good job of Bagley fighting through at that time.
Passes to Herter. Dishes to Murray. Bagley with the block. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovic touched it last. Herter passes to Barnes. Clock at 4. Goes up from the top of the key.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5 in that rim shrinking.
Here's Bogdanovic. Here's Bagley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bagley's got 5 points so far.
Well, Bagley can move around you and get slender out there to find room on the floor to collect offensive rebounds.
Here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Detroit making a switch. Duran's checked in.
And Barnes, one of those guys that every team would love to have. He just has a workmanlike attitude.
Here's Hayes. It's hauled in by the Kings. And the foul called on Killian Hayes. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. 13.
The Kings trail by 3. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
To the inside. Ivy with the bucket.
Killian Hayes is a PG and he's got vision, so you get open, he'll find you.
And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Kings. The last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Knox, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Burks comes in for Ivy. And it's Joseph in for Hayes. Monk, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Kings. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 9-1 run right now. Pass to Burks. Bagley kicks to Burks. Fires for three. It's hauled in by Lyles. The Kings trail by 5. Davis dishes to Mitchell. Pass to Holmes. Basket good.
Holmes strong and finishing through contact inside. Focus not shaken.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And here's Burks. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Monk. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Bagley. Detroit leading by 3. Joseph the pass to Burks. A three-pointer off the mark. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Monk kicks to Davis. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively. Just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Monk finds Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
You could call that a little bit of home schooling on that dunk, huh?
And now another look at that great drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Here's Duran. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For the Pistons, Rivers is checked in, and Diallo subbed in for Burks. And the Kings also making a change. Akpala's checked in. That evens the score.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk? An experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Now, here's Joseph. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The pass to Duran. Here's Livers. He's guarded by Davis. And it's Livers missing. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Monk for 3. That shot off the mark. Tie game in Detroit. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
11. The Kings. 11. Get up, get up, get up.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
They've got Noel, Diallo out there with Ivy. Then it's Sadiq Bey. And it's Livers, and it's small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now. Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
And with Ivy, he gives you the physical traits you want at guard. Long, strong, athletic, lots of upside. And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you could just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Here's Livers. Nailed from three-point land. Livers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Ivy especially effective in the open floor.
Outstanding burst and speed. Plays with a high motor, and he's always in attack mode.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The Kings have made a lot of moves to shake up their roster. De'Aaron Fox says, I think the mood is definitely better. It's like a breath of fresh air. Getting a feel for each other and seeing the chemistry come to fruition is huge. Success isn't always immediate with trades and signings, so we look toward the future. Kevin, back to you.
That's all they can do. Okay, thanks, D.A.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's Herter. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pistons. Hayes comes in for Diallo. Murray's checked in for Sacramento. Fox deciding where to go with it. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, so critical for Fox to get the attention of the defense in this way. He's got to make them fear him.
Now, here's Ivy. He's defended by Herter. The shot by Ivy, no good. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 1. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. From deep. Rebound, Detroit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Good work there as it goes. Ivy's got 8 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Fox passes to Herter. Over Ivy. There's Sabonis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And Sabonis with the reward there for the hustle, picking up the scraps.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter.
And the Kings look a whole lot different now than they did for most of the 21-22 season. And they were changes that had to be made.
Now, here's Fox. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Fox with the steal. And the Kings pushing it up now. Barnes with the ball. Herter, no good. Well, when a team suffers a playoff drought like the Kings have, Greg, you can expect some major moves.
And you just hope they can find some stability, Kevin, moving forward. This is a team that's gone through 12 head coaches since the last time they made the playoffs.
Like many scouts don't, Murray was the most NBA-ready of all the draft prospects last year.
He understands what he does well and plays to that. He can control the pace. It's hard for defenders to speed him up, and he gives you versatility at both ends.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Kevin Knox comes in for Sadiq Bey. Alec Burks checked in for Ivy. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Hayes. Here's Duran.
Ouch. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. A 3 from Bogdanovich. A rebound by Mitchell. Sacramento's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Davis in the corner. They get it back. Murray. And it's Murray with the jam. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
Works for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Pistons lead by 2.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Shoot from the right block. It's deflected. Joseph against Mitchell. Burks the pass to Bogdanovich. 3-pointer. Burks can't get it to go.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And he recovers it. Now, here's Holmes. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Holmes got the game tied up here for Sacramento.
And I love the edge that Rashawn is playing with right now. It's what helps him capitalize through contact.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knox misses.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
The try by Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Here's Bogdanovich for three. Hits it from three-point range. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Man, I'm a fan of that guy when he's shooting it from deep. Bogdanovich looks good every time it leaves his hands.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. And in that period, the most they trailed by was 3. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far? And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And we're halfway through. This one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. And it's Barnes at the small forward position. A three from Bogdanovich. Another three for Detroit. And when people talk about defense, the term boxes and elbows comes up a lot. Great for our audience. Can you explain what that's about?
It's a great point, Kevin. And listen, the two defenders on what we call the boxes, that's down in the low post area. And you see those two boxes down at the end of the free throw line. And then you have the two defenders on the elbows. So that's the edge of the free throw line. The idea to close down the paint.
And stolen by Barnes. Over Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Jaden Ivey.
Continues to try to work to find some consistency, does Harrison Barnes, and right there knocking at the defense's door. They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Bogdanovich, no luck. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for Sacramento. They lead by 1.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And prior to playing in college, Sabonis played professionally in Spain.
That's such a head scratcher to me. I mean, 16 years old. I mean, here you'd be getting your license. There, Sabonis was playing in professional leagues against grown men. So that experience certainly has helped him both in college and for sure being a pro now.
5 on the clock. Bogdanovich passes to Hayes. Off target from outside. Kings leading now by 3. Over in the corner, Barnes drills it from outside. Barnes has got 8 points.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Here's Ivy. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. And now that's 11 points for Jaden Ivey. Ball's knocked loose. Barnes outside. Latrey. Offensive rebound. Murray. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Murray's got his second basket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Bounce pass, Bogdanovich. Here's Bagley. A special move before the shot. He has 7.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Fox. Rebound by the Pistons. Bagley's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Ivy. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Nobody near Barnes. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Domantas Sabonis is one of the best passing big men in the league. He said, sharing the ball is contagious. Everyone feels confident and knows they'll get touches, which makes the game fun. That can build chemistry on a young team. Kevin?
And David, we know how important that is. And we thank you for your report. And another three for Detroit.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
When it comes to teams that have struggled in recent years, the Kings come to mind. And those recent years actually extend out a lot longer than anyone wants to admit. It's just been one tough season after another.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Duran, he's checked in for Bagley. Diallo comes in for Sadiq Bey. Burks, he's checked in for Ivy. And it's Joseph in for Hayes. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Sabonis. Trey Lyles comes in for Murray. Terrence Davis, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Monk's subbed in for Kevin Huerter. And through the Kings' struggles, Brent, they've had many good players. But it's hard to believe they haven't reached the playoffs since 2006.
Yeah, it's really a head-scratcher, Kevin. And you can see that they're hungry. They want to get back to the postseason, but they just need some continuity. They need some guys to really pull together. And in order for all of that to happen, they got to establish an identity. And under this new coach, maybe that will happen.
And the Kings making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Diallo kicks to Joseph.
Oh, you better shoot that.
Duran, the pass to Joseph. Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. Shot by Joseph, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Monk. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 5 rebounds tonight. Burks for 3. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Burks for 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Assisted by Trey Lyles.
59 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Bogdanovich, and he makes good on the way. Bogdanovich has got 11 points in the quarter.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him. Allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Stolen by Joseph. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist from Joseph. Now it's a 4-point Piston lead. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Monk, the pass to Davis. Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Knocks it loose. Holmes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I think Rashawn Holmes has played enough minutes in this league as a big man to know if I go inside, there's going to be contact.
And the Pistons making a change here. Livers is checked in, and a change for the Kings. Akbala's checked in. Diallo kicks to Burks. Over Mitchell. Passes it to Duran. It's up a 3, and Burks is good for 3. Burks has got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Davis has the open look, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Burks. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Let's it go at the...
And so it's the Detroit Pistons bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They put... And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. He's out there with Ivy. Then it's Duran. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich. And it's Bey in at the 4. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Duran. Pass to Bey. Kicks it to Hayes. 3-pointer on the way. It's rebounded by Akpala.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Bay. They grab their own miss. Shot's good by Duran. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Lays it up off the glass. And that's now 7 points here for Jalen Duran. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Detroit.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And all game long, they've been finding blocks. Their focus on strong rim protection has helped stifle the opposing team's offense.
Bogdanovich passes to Bay. Now here's Duran. Defended by Sabonis. Bucket is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Kings trail by 11. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And a couple years ago, the NBA played with a 72-game schedule. Think the NBA will ever shorten the number of games long-term and go back to that number?
I don't know, Kevin, but this idea of the mid-season tournament seems to be gaining more and more traction, and there's a lot more interest in what it would do to the competitiveness of the middle part of the season. And I think we're all for something like that, where something's on the line and we see guys elevated in that element.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, I was able to listen in with what the Kings head coach said to his team. He challenged his players to try to take control here. He said, this is when we want to be efficient. This is when we absolutely have to execute. We'll see if they can get it done, Kevin.
Thank you, David. The high post shot. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Fox. Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Hayes. There's the three. That shot, no good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Right side, Fox. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here's the fast break. Here's Hayes. Here's Duran. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And Duran slams it in.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Duran. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Shot from 12. That's tipped.
Great timing as Knox gets up there and blows that one out.
Herter passes to Fox. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jalen Duran.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has been everything.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. And it's Murray with the jam.
Well, Fox with the eyes and ears up that time. Good vision to facilitate.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Hayes. Davis against Bogdanovich. Great tee that time from Davis.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Herder very comfortable taking that big shot.
Pistons leading by 5. Here's Bay. Another 3 for Detroit.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Fox passes to Sabonis. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one.
And Sabonis showing no fear coming through big time there.
Here's Bogdanovich. Back to Hayes. Lays it up and banks it in.
Looking really comfortable. Hayes on the inside knew he had enough room.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And trying to extend this lead, no better way than playing north and south, getting after it.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 8. There's 49 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
All right, fans, here we go. Time to get live now for your Detroit Pistons dancer.
And here now the Kings.
Once again,
Here's Fox.
for your Pistons dancer.
Even De'Aaron Fox has talked about how he's the fastest player in the league. The cool thing about it is night after night he seems to prove it.
First personal foul.
Fox hits them both.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
De'Aaron Fox. First personal foul. Team second.
Here's Ivy. And slam dunk by Ivy.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Fox. Connects on the 9-footer.
Fox stepping up in the clutch here.
Here's Ivy. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
At the line for Detroit, Ivy.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so Fox will bring it up for the Kings. Timeout called by the Kings. They're behind by 7. We've got 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Murray kicks to Fox. From 8. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Continuing to expand his offensive game. Fox off to a good start.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
At the line for Detroit, they
He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Here's Fox. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A pass to Herder. And here's Davis for 3. They get it again. Herder passes to Davis. Goes up again. That one misses. And so it's Detroit with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did it.